Hello everyone and welcome to Bevins Bricks. I'm Daryl, and in today's video, as you could see from the thumbnail, I'm going to be showing you some of the items that I'm using in the control room and the power substation room for the particular scene where Steve Rogers is injected and made into Captain America. I wanted to get a quick video to kind of show you up close and personal these little items, because once they're in my Avengers tower, they're not going to be easily seen. So anyway, if this is something that interests you, stick around because it's coming up. Without further ado, here we have it. What I've actually done here, because I wanted to show you some of the simple things I'm doing to the inside of the Avengers Tower, is these are meant on the back side here to represent power distribution system in the building, specifically for the Steve Rogers floor. I call it the Steve Rogers floor because it's the floor when Steve Rogers gets the injection and then becomes Captain America. Anyway, in the very back room of the Avengers Tower, I'm making a small distribution center, a power distribution center. And what I've tried to do is kind of mimic some of the different power distribution panels you would find in a factory or industrial type of environment. Now with these would be like the 480 disconnects and these large switch gears that you see here. This would be the primary voltage. For example, these would be 4800 like where I work. And then on the back side, there's nothing over here because these are actually going to be built into a wall. But on this one, what I wanted to do, because this is going to be a freestanding cabinet, just like they are if you are in an industrial complex. And what they generally do is they have venting above the switches. And what that venting's for is if this was the flash would hopefully vent out the back to protect the individual that's actually operating the switchgear. But like I said, to me, and some of this I'm probably overkilling, but this is the type of thing that I see and work with on a regular basis in my job. So to me, it was something that I felt should be included in the building. Something else I do want to point out is the building, or the floor anyway, that this is going into is physically 8 studs tall, which is physically what the size of this is. And I left studs on the top because this would actually be quite easy to change. But I left studs on the top in order for this to be another portion of a floor support for the floor above it. As I add detail inside of my Avengers Tower, I'm trying to add structural integrity to it as well. And let me tell you, every floor that I have been working on, it has been doing an awesome job. Now, the next thing that I've got here, this is a little control board that I made. And as you can see, there's all types of little hand switches for controlling various power and whatever. But this is the main control board for the Steve Rogers floor. And these are operational. These do move around. They do go up and down, just so you can see. It's a very unique technique. All it simply is you take some of these grill plates, you put them down underneath here, and then you slide the grill, these stems anyway, into that grill plate and slide them through the top one. And then it gives you that allure or look of actual control switches. And then since I actually removed a bunch of these from the bases, I thought, you know what, it would look kind of neat to have 2 little like key switches in the control panel as well. And then on the far left side, I just have a green for go and a red for stop and so on and so forth. But just like I said, some more rather simple builds, but they are builds that they're going to be in my Avengers Tower. And like a lot of things, once it's placed, it's going to be very difficult to see them. Something else I do want to point out, initially when I built all these, I actually had like a green and a red and then 2 greens and so on and so forth illuminated, or planning to illuminate, in these panels. And they actually did light up for a few minutes. But because I like to admit my mistakes, I got a little carried away and a little ahead of myself. And here's what you're going to see. See that? That's what happens. That's why I said I'm not afraid to admit when I make mistakes. That's what happens when you get a little ahead of yourself and all your wiring starts melting, because what I did, and I already knew what I did once I plugged it in and it lit up. I forgot to put the fuse into it to step the voltage down, or to step everything down. And with me doing that, it overheated the lights, the bulbs popped, and then all the wires started to melt. So just showing you that even me, working with all this different lighting kits and the lighting sets and all that, and mind you, this is my own lighting that I've been playing with and installing, but you can make mistakes and you have to be careful, and that's, like I showed you on this, that's exactly what happened here. Is I made a mistake. Trying to show you the back of that because it's even got a mark on it. I made a mistake. The wire got too hot and it melted my plastic a little bit. But so I just decided, you know what, because I want to get this floor done, put together, and move on to the next floor. I just decided to go ahead and rip the lights out and skip that portion of the build. And anyway, that is all for this video. I'm going to be posting another video here shortly after I post this one, though, and that video is going to be specifically on the containment unit that Steve Rogers is injected in. But anyway, that's all for this video. So as always, thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below, and hopefully we'll see you next time on Bevins Bricks.